In other news, Attorney General Pam Bondi had several heated exchanges with lawmakers over the Justice Department's handling of the Epstein files. Here was one of those exchanges with Kentucky Republican Congressman Thomas Massey.
This guy has Trump derangement syndrome. He needs to get, you're a failed politician.
I'm glad you're asking about Merrick Garland.
You don't get to reclaim
because
time
this
when
is
you don't,
bigger than Watergate.
when I don't answer a question the way you
goes
want.
over 4 administrations. You don't have to go back to Biden. Let's go back to Obama. Let's go back to George Bush. This cover-up spans decades, and you are responsible for this portion of it.
CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion joins me now. Nikole, you and I are both parents. This sure felt like the kids squabbling with each other once or twice, at least, during this hearing today, did it not?
Well, it certainly was more than once or twice, and certainly more than several exchanges. I mean, that really is kind of the headline coming out of this hearing, because it's like, well, what did we hear? What did we learn? Because there was so much back and forth, finger pointing, fighting, trading accusations, particularly between many Democratic lawmakers and the Attorney General. The Attorney General even had what some were calling a burn book, where she, after a lawmaker would speak, she would then read off some opposition research, if you will, against that particular member. And it just got to the point where some of those members were just like, hey, I'm ready for this. What you got? So it was very combative. And, for the survivors in the room, many of whom stood up multiple times, they didn't necessarily get the answers that they were seeking. And there was a particularly poignant moment at the start of this hearing where we saw things start to go off the rails. It started with Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal asking the Attorney General to turn around to the survivors who were in the room and to apologize to them. That didn't exactly happen. Instead, it turned into an argument, a back and forth between the Attorney General and Congresswoman Jayapal. Take a listen to what the Congresswoman told me right after that exchange.
I felt it was really important. I've spent a lot of time with them, and they're devastated and also furious. And it felt like an opportunity for her on a very human level to turn around and take responsibility for the trauma that she has caused to them, and she didn't do it.
And how do you feel about how she handled that moment?
Furious, because she once again dismissed them. She once again did what people have been doing to them, from Epstein on through every single investigation.
So as you heard the Congresswoman tell me there, she felt survivors were furious. She said she was furious at the Attorney General's conduct. The Attorney General, for her part, though, I would point out, Ed, in her opening statement, did apologize to the Epstein survivors and said that she was sorry for what happened to them and encouraged them, if they had any further information, certainly to come forward and talk to the department, to talk to law enforcement. But she did acknowledge them from the outset. That being said, I talked to one survivor by the name of Jess Michaels after the hearing. Take a listen to what she told me about what she thought of the hearing.
At the end of the day, do you feel like you got any answers in this hearing?
Oh, I got clarity that I want to sit down with Pam Bondi. I want to talk to her about the fact that I can't find a 302 anywhere in any of the files. A message got back to members that have looked at the files, and they can't find a victim statement for me anywhere.
And now, when the Attorney General exited the hearing, I did ask her if she plans to meet with survivors now that this hearing is over. She did not respond to questions coming out of the hearing or going in. But that certainly was something that many of these survivors were seeking, just an opportunity to either meet with the Attorney General or to sit down with officials at the Department of Justice to assist them with, this ongoing case.
All right, Nikole Killion, thank you for tracking it. We know you'll continue to do so. We appreciate it.